Thank you very much for the answer. I just want to ask also the comment from two persons. Please, for the novel, for who? Bu Ignacia or Bu Inge? Please, for novel, maybe you can give some question or some comment about the opportunity offering by the investment PG, please.
Thank you, Pak Tito, for the opportunity. I would like to ask, because actually we have already started to enter Fiji market, but it's like we have like a mediator. I mean, the one who approached us is not coming from Fiji, but from Malaysia, actually. But we have already submit some product to participate in the tender business in there, but haven't the answer replied yet. But the one that I would like to ask is, you said that the price is controlled by the government, and then how about in the private sector? Is the price also being controlled by them, or is different between price tender and also price in the private sector? That's it.
Thank you. And also, I just want to comment or question maybe from the Dexa Medica. Edward Christian, do you have some question or some comment, please? Unmute yourself, please. Unmute yourself.
No,
okay,
sir.
Please.
At this time or not? Not yet.
Not yet, yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, for the Invest Fiji, please give.
Mr. Tito.
Yeah.
If I may.
Yeah, who is this?
Elvic.
Oh, Elvic. Okay, Elvic. Please, for Elvic, sir, please, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tito, and I'd like to actually thank the ambassador of Indonesia to Fiji for organizing this virtual meeting. I believe I'm wearing two hats over here. One is sitting here as an Assistant Minister for Employment, representing Fiji government, and the other one is a businessman into the pharmaceutical industry. So some of the questions that are actually asked over here, I would like to actually highlight some of the things. Before I do that, I'd like to give a brief overview of pharmaceutical industry in Fiji. In Fiji, basically at the moment, we have one manufacturer, roughly 80 retail pharmacies, and almost close to 25 to 30 wholesale businesses that are importers and distributors of pharmaceutical industry in Fiji. Total dollar value, if we are actually looking at the pharmacy industry in Fiji, is close to almost 100 million Fijian dollars. Relative to around 45 million USD for easier calculation. At wholesale and distribution level, we might be actually looking at somewhere close to 40 million. And at retail end, we are looking at somewhere close to $60 million worth of business in Fiji. Apart from that, we also have private sector, which actually stands at around 20 million Fijian dollars. And this is just at pharmaceutical end, not at surgical and consumable end. So that is a totally different market. In Fiji, basically, we have two boards which looks after pharmaceutical industry. One is Pharmacy Profession Boards, which mostly deals with the ethics of how pharmacies they practice and how retail pharmacies they operate. And the other one is Pharmacy Products and Registration Board, which actually allows which products are supposed to be entering Fiji market, especially when we are dealing with ethical lines, which are basically pharmacy lines and medication that are prescribed. Apart from that one, in Fiji, we would say the standard of medication, it either needs to be BP or USP. We don't accept JP and Indian pharmacopoeia medication into Fiji. So by law, it needs to be BP and USP. If I recall well, when I used to be a civil servant back as a pharmacist in one of our major hospitals, we used to receive a lot of medication manufactured in Indonesia, actually. So what happens is retail, private sector is very much different from public sector. Public sector actually works on a 3-year tender process, whereby there's a list, there's quantity, and then you actually tender for those medication, and then you can actually bid for it. And once you actually are awarded the contract, you can actually supply medication for continuously 2 years to 3 years till the next tender is called. And similar applies to all the consumables and medical supplies to government pharmacy, and this is public sector. As far as standard is concerned with regards to consumables, yes, the standard has to be met. For example, it needs to be registered with New Zealand authorities or TGA for that matter, or you are actually supplying to a country which has equivalent standards to FDA, TGA, or European Union standard. Then only these medical supplies and consumables along with pharmaceuticals can enter Fiji market. So we are quite stringent to actually, when it comes to the standard of the products. Apart from that one, in Fiji currently, most of the generics are from either New Zealand or India. The branded products are from Australia. There's a very good market for Australian branded product in Fiji, which are, I think, readily available in other places as well. Some of the requirements with regards to labeling, it needs to be in English. Even if you have, like, for example, if you want to write it in any other language, you can, but English is mandatory. So the packaging needs to be in English, so that our consumers, they are able to actually understand what they are taking and all those things as per the requirement. Any medication that is actually brought in Fiji are duty-free and VAT-free. Sorry, there's a 9% VAT, but it's duty-free. So there's no excise duty on any medication that is imported into the country. Recently, we have actually, government has announced that we'll be giving a tax holiday period for anybody who's actually investing in manufacturing arm of pharmaceutical industry. So they are going to get tax holiday. Apart from that, I believe there are a couple of companies that have actually shown interest to invest in Fiji in terms of pharmaceutical industry. And then my colleagues from Investment Fiji were saying, we have a manufacturer already based in Fiji, Douglas Pharmaceuticals, a New Zealand-based company operating from Fiji. And they are actually doing quite good. I'm not too sure whether actually the products from Indonesia, if they are actually sent to PNG, PNG being one of the bigger players in South Pacific, whether it's duty-free or not. But the advantage of that is PNG is in MSG group with Fiji. So the products that we actually export from Fiji to PNG, they are duty-free. So for products to enter from Indonesia to PNG, if there's a duty which is applied, if it comes to Fiji and then we export it to PNG, it will be an advantage to all those stakeholders actually willing to actually supply to PNG as well. Because we know PNG has a population of almost 11 million. Collectively, as we say, Fiji has a population of 800,000, but we are looking to close to around living Australia, New Zealand and PNG, around 2 to 2.5 million population. And as you might have actually seen, just in Fiji, having 80 retail pharmacies in a population of 800,000 population is quite a huge number. So the potential is there when it comes to pharmaceutical industry. Way forward would be, I believe there are a couple of major players in Fiji, namely there's Ashabhai, there's Budget, there's Makkans, there's Pharmatech. If you people can get into collaboration with one of these companies, and I think some of the representatives are here as well, attending this meeting, it will be a good on and going thing, both. And we are also looking at import and export as well. It's not just importing products into Fiji, but what we can actually export out of Fiji into Indonesia as well. Fiji covers a lot of niche market. We don't actually deal with quantity, we deal mostly with quality. So there's a huge aspect when it comes to the export market as well. So this is basically just the gist of it. I also believe somebody actually mentioned about the price control. The price control, let's say there are 7,000 items available in a retail market when it comes to pharmaceutical sector, out of which only 72 essential items are price control. The rest of them are not. So let's say, for example, I as an importer, when I bring in the product, depending on what my landed cost is, then the price is set. It's not that the price is set and then I need to actually bring in something, right, in order to match the maximum retail price. Because what we have seen in other countries and somewhere where price control does apply in reverse logistics, we have seen the quality of the product going down. So whenever we actually import, from there onwards, we actually try to fix a price. And it's only for 72 items. Public sector in Fiji, we give medication for free that is actually subsidized by the government. which has a dollar value, as I mentioned earlier, of almost 20 million worth of medication that we actually distribute for free to our Fiji citizens. And despite of that, 80 retail pharmacies with a net business of almost $100 million. So that's a bit of background of all the questions that were asked. And I think if Investment Fiji wants to add something else, they can do so. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Very valuable information. What a great information completing from the Investment Fiji.